Do you believe we're already at week 6 in winter term? This is the week that we begin work on our research paper. This is the major assignment for this course. This involves skills that you're going to be using the rest of your life. You're going to hone the ones you already have and learn the ones you don't. I'm setting aside 4 weeks, a solid month, for this research paper. It's not overwhelming, but I ask you to keep on track with the different steps for this. This week, week 6, I'm asking you to do a formal proposal for the research paper. Not just come up with an idea for what you're going to write about, that for sure, but also how are you going to do it? Some kind of direction. This is the beginning of the conversation you're going to have with me about your paper, where I'm going to offer suggestions, you're going to have questions, we'll overcome any kind of problems you have. This is an essential week of getting the groundwork started for your paper. Now, I'm right here on week 6 in Moodle, and possible topics for your paper. If you are already, let's see, if you are already excited about your author, you've already read 3 articles, examined them and everything. If you want to keep with your author, you're perfectly welcome to. Then I've given you something. Your essay would be titled something like Maureen Dowd's views on whatever topic you're talking about. I've given you an example of a proposal for that kind of paper later on the page. You also might want to compare your author with another one. That would be perfectly okay. Or the third one, you might choose a topic of interest that you have that doesn't have to do with one of the columnists. Here I'm asking you to do a current topic of interest because in your articles you've been dealing with current issues. You might want to follow this link. The New York Times is giving you several current articles that might inspire you to write a fantastic paper on it. How do you define family, book covers, students about scandals, political scandals. Should schools teach mindfulness? This looks really good. I might want to read this. Night owl or early bird. And then here, how would you describe the state of our union? It keeps going on and on. I invite you to look at it to see what you might want to write on. Then I'm asking you, this week we're going back to the forum format. On Wednesday, I'm asking you to post a forum posting about what you might want to write about it. It doesn't have to be your final topic, for heaven's sakes, I'm not going to hold you to it. But just to give an idea of what you might want to be writing about. So by Wednesday of week 6, I want you to have thought enough to where you can write about at least your ponderings or the fact that you can't decide. Then by Friday, I want you to report on at least 2 of your classmates' ideas. Yes, I thought of that too. My goodness, that's impressive. Goodness, can I do it too? Whatever, 2 at least by Friday. And then by Sunday, I'm asking for your proposal. I've given you 2 samples here. One that has to do with a New York Times columnist, another one that has to do with a current area of concern. And you can look at those. But in the proposal, I'm giving you very concrete instructions here. It's not an essay. I want your topic, your thesis. Remember, again, this is not a descriptive paper. This is an argument. This is a controversial argument that you are going to support with outside sources. Your background with the topic. Have you written on this before? I don't mind if you have. I just want to know. And then also, why did you choose this topic? What was it about it? Do you disagree with it totally? Do you support it totally? Possible research you might use as a basis for your argument. I put here, please don't write Google. I know you'll use Google. What I want is a column, an article, where you think you might go to look for things. This is the beginning of your research this week, even though you don't have to do research until next week. Then any sort of problems do you foresee? Will there be too much information, not enough information? Will the information be too hard to understand? Will it be too technical? Then also, what you'll notice at the bottom here is I've got groups for peer editing. We will, in week 8, 2 weeks from now, do rough drafts with peer editing. I've divided the class up into groups. And here I have placed the names. I'd like you to look, make sure your name is somewhere in some group. Make sure that I have spelled it correctly. I have a name that's impossible to spell, so I know how people feel when their names are misspelled. And then later on in the week, if you agree, I will give group members their LCC email addresses so that y'all can communicate. We will talk about this later. In the meantime, good luck in finding a topic and let me know if you need help. As always, bye for now.